You could be a billionaire by New Year's Day, but it's going to take a lot of luck. Hear me out. The Powerball jackpot is now $1.6 billion for tonight's drawing. No ticket matched all 6 numbers drawn on Saturday. The current pot has an estimated cash value of $735 million. Okay, so what are your odds of winning the grand prize? 1 in more than 292 million. There's a chance. You got to be in it to win it, right? What do you do if you win? Bankrate's senior industry analyst, Ted Rossman, has some tips. Thank you so much for joining us, Ted. All right, so let's go on with this fantasy, right? If you hit all 6 numbers, what do you do next? I'm guessing hire a financial advisor right away, right?
Yes, that would be a very smart thing to do. And yes, it's fun to dream, isn't it? But yeah, this could actually apply to other windfalls too. You get a big bonus at work, you cash in some stock options, you get an inheritance. Don't rush into any decisions right away. It makes sense to consult a financial advisor, maybe a team of financial advisors, especially for big sums. We're talking accountants, tax experts. There's a lot to consider. So whether you win Powerball or you get some other windfall, you don't have to do anything right away. It might make sense to wait days, weeks, even months before you get your plans in place.
What if you just buy that one ideal item that you've been dreaming up and then do all that other stuff to follow? Good advice, good advice. We're going to take your advice. Okay, some states allow you to stay anonymous, but others don't. So if you have to come forward, are there any protections for the winner?
It can make sense to stay anonymous. It depends on the state, but honestly, if it were me, and we'll stick with this dare to dream philosophy, I would probably rather not be known just because there could be security risks. There could be lots of hangers on asking you for money, people you know, people you don't know. The CFP board has this really phenomenal stat that about a third of lottery winners go bankrupt at some point. That is really just shocking. Now, not all those jackpots are as big as this one, but the point still holds. It's that sort of keeping up with the Joneses philosophy. You're giving money here and there and everywhere, and you overspend, and you get this real estate empire, and it all crumbles. And this is another reason why it's good to have a plan in place. Maybe stay under the radar a bit, because this winner is going to get a lot of attention.
Yeah, I agree. You want to stay anonymous. So a lot of people join pools at work for lottery drawings like this. If you're in a pool that wins, how would you try to manage it with your friends or coworkers who are now suddenly millionaires?
Yeah, this is a really interesting one. In fact, we used to do this at work, and it's funny, I would never contribute. I always thought it was a lost cause, and everybody else would be like, oh, Monday morning, you're going to be sitting at your desk and everybody else is going to be kicking back on the beach because we won. There are actually some cautionary tales out there of group lottery pools gone wrong. Sometimes people don't pay up and it's like, oh, well, wait, I actually bought my own ticket on the side. That one wasn't part of the pool, so I'm not going to pay you guys out. You're probably not going to draw up a contract for this sort of thing, but transparency is key. If you are going in on some sort of office pool, be clear ahead of time. Make sure everybody knows what the numbers are. Make sure it's on the up and up, because sometimes there have been cases of a group winning, but one person trying to claim it all for themselves. So make sure you're transparent. Make sure you're in this with people that you trust.
Good tip. What about investments? Are there any investments a winner can make to make sure the money lasts?
In general, and this actually applies to other financial advice too, my feeling is that you don't need to try to be fancy and beat the market, just being the market, buying these low-cost index funds, lather, rinse, repeat. That's a good philosophy for your 401k, but I think it would also serve a lottery winner well, is just try to match market returns over time. Don't get fancy. Don't bet it all on Bitcoin or some other thing. Just kind of match that market return. That'll serve you well in really any market. And over the long haul, the stock market's returned about 10% a year. So that makes a lot of sense in terms of just matching market returns, not going crazy with any sort of risk.
Good advice. Ted Rossman for us. Thank you so much. Good luck to you if you play and everybody else out there.